rest of the world right to you. I'm your fill-in host, Sylvia Anglin, and of course, you're watching the one and only interactive talk show bringing the best of the Bronx and the world to you. First up, a group of park advocates are asking for your assistance in preventing the Putnam Trail from becoming the Putnam Road. Plus, kids are back in school, and we have details on an event that is perfect for this time of year. And it's an exhibition that focuses on the remembrance and the recovery of the September 11th attacks through the art of photography. You'll hear this and much more on this program. Also, our very own youth media coordinator discusses how you can get hands-on training at Bronxnet. And finally, we have the exclusive footage of an event that gives entrepreneurs key tips on succeeding in today's economy and takes you out into the open on a reunion for residents from one of the Bronx's oldest housing developments. So stay tuned. All this and much more is headed your way because you are now officially open. Hi, welcome Bronxites. I'm your guest host Sylvia Anglin, and today is Wednesday, September 7, 2011. Summer's over, fall is here, and school is back in session. And of course, you're watching Open, the only live and interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York straight to your TV set. Feel free to give us a call at 718-960-7241 or send an email to open@bronxnet.org. We invite you to write to us on Twitter at BronxNetTV. We want to hear from you, so tweet us throughout the show. The New York City's Parks Department is proposing to pave a $1.5 million portion of the Putnam Trail. This would double the width of the trail from 8 feet to 16 feet, which in turn would require destruction of many trees and endanger the natural environment of the park. The people behind the Save the Putnam Trail campaign have their own idea in mind: to resurface the trail with stone dust instead of concrete, that they may help in doing so and in preserving the Putnam Trail. Here to tell us more is advocate Mike Oliva. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks for having me, Sylvia.
Welcome.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the Putnam Trail?
Sure. The Putnam Trail, it runs for about 1.5 miles through Van Cortlandt Park. It starts at the Westchester border, and it runs down to the old railroad station right by Van Cortlandt Park Golf Course by the parking lot. The Putnam Trail is pretty historic. The old Put used to be a railroad line, an active, mainly commercial railroad line that ran from the Bronx all the way up through Westchester County.
So what does the paving of this trail mean? I know I've gone to Van Cortlandt Park and I've had an opportunity to see part of the Putnam Trail. Can you tell me, what does paving this natural environment, this resource, we're supposed to be going green, why are we paving this park or this trail?
And that's a good question, and I haven't heard a good answer to that. Most of the people in the community that I've talked to and our group has talked to has felt the same way you have, that there's no really good reason to expand the width of this trail from 8 to 16 feet, and there really isn't good logic behind paving it. What the Putnam Trail is, right now it exists as an 8-foot wide dirt trail that runs for 1.5 miles. And the current park plans that they unveiled in the beginning of the year would double the width from 8 to 16 feet. And, you know, 8 feet, 1.5 miles long, comes out to about 1.5 acres of land. And that's basically an 1.5 acres of trees and other natural environment and ecosystems that would basically have to be destroyed in order for the park's proposed trail to happen. And our position is that we could keep the trail, we could still improve the trail with a stone dust surface, keep it at 8 feet. And the beauty of this is it still serves all the users that are going to use the trail, whether they be cyclists, runners, walkers, and others, wheelchairs, baby strollers, and the multitude of other users that use the park. And it really doesn't shut anybody out. And the beauty of it also is that it saves taxpayers money by not having to maintain an extra 8 feet of trail into infinity.
Do you think the rationale behind making the trail a concrete trail and widening it is so that there's a space, an equal space for cyclists and also runners and walkers?
I would have to say the Parks Department, that has to be their only argument, is that there's going to be such a massive demand that they need 16 feet in order to accommodate all of these users. We just haven't seen the evidence that that demand will be there. And the danger of this, this logic is that, we're not always right. I'm an advocate, and advocates, I'm far from perfect. But the beauty of our position is that if we keep it at 8 feet and improve it with stone dust, and say we're wrong, say in 3 to 5 years from now, we're wrong. We got it all wrong. There's this massive demand. There's these thousands of cyclists that are using this trail, and there's just not enough space. Mm-hmm. We could sit back, reassess, and expand the width of the trail. But if the Parks Department goes forward with their current plans and they expand the trail, they take out 1.5 acres of trees, they lay over 1 acre of pavement on this beautiful trail, there is no going back. There is no reverse. There is no reassessment. It's done forever. So I think it's good to be, our position is prudent, it's responsible, and there's the potential for expansion in the future. But we just don't see the evidence for the demand that the parks is looking to accommodate with 16 feet of trail.
Can you tell me the communication that your group has had with the New York City Parks Department? Where are we right now?
We haven't had a very direct communication. Our communication has been basically where the community's communication has been. Parks, the plan, they received the funding a number of years ago for this trail, and they finally, we were all in the dark as to their exact plans of what it would look like until a community board meeting that happened earlier in the year. And that's when our group found out about the exact plans, which are 10 feet width of pavement and 3 feet of buffer zone on each side. So for a total of 16 feet. So that's when we became aware of what the park's plans would be.
Did you happen to find out why the Putnam Trail? There are various different areas that we could potentially create a cycling, walking, and running environment here in the Bronx without destroying natural environment. Why the Putnam Trail?
I think they're looking to pave the Putnam Trail because Westchester County, the old Putnam line extended all the way through Westchester County for about 30 miles. And a large portion of that old abandoned rail line was paved in Westchester County. The difference in Westchester County, though, and so the logic of the Parks Department is they wanted to extend that pavement into the Bronx and into New York City. But it's a different situation. Westchester County, the old Putnam line doesn't really run through any historic parks and natural environments. The pavement, they didn't have to clear cut trees, acres of trees to pave the Putnam line in Westchester County. So it's a very different situation. When we're talking about Van Cortlandt Park, and it's only 1.5 miles, and we're talking about destroying a natural environment, it's just a different ballgame here. But I think Park's logic is they want to see that major extension, and they just want continuity of pavement for some reason from Westchester County all the way through the Bronx.
So if people are sitting at home and they're interested in finding out, in signing a petition or joining the advocacy group or even attending one of these community board meetings or contacting the New York City Parks Department, what can they do?
Well, we have a website called SaveThePutnamTrail.com. They could go to that. And we've outlined some steps they can take. We did this too because, Parks Department unveiled their plans, but I'd say a large portion of the community doesn't even know this is happening. And a large portion of the community we've spoken to has said they don't want this. So our thought is, why is the Parks Department and our elected officials doing something that the community is saying, we don't want this. This is our community. We want to keep it natural. We want to keep the trees we have. So what we did was, this campaign is about raising awareness. And so people could go to our website, learn about what's happening, and we've outlined steps they can take to contact their elected officials. So our elected officials could know, that what the community feels. If our elected officials know that a large majority of the community doesn't want this, then they won't do it. I mean, that's what our elected officials are supposed to do. They're supposed to listen to the community and act on our behalf.
And the fact is, the Parks Department's always planting trees, beautifying New York, keeping it green, and here we are cutting down, you know, 1.5 miles of potentially trees, shrubbery, natural environment. So if people are interested in going out to the trail, where can they find the Putnam Trail? If they went into Van Cortlandt Park, where can they see the Putnam Trail? Because I'm sure a lot of people at home would love to walk the trail,
sure,
see what they're interested in saving.
Sure. If you're entering from Broadway, the one subway stops at 242nd Street. It's a great place to enter the park. You could just go due east for, I'd say, a quarter of a mile from 242nd Street, and you come to the Putnam Trail. It runs north to south, and for about a mile and a half. So I'd say that's the best access point. And you know, the Parks Department, let me give them their credit. They have a great website, and they have a lot of good information on there on how to explore the park, and so does the Van Cortlandt Park Conservancy and the Friends of Van Cortlandt Park. So if people really want to explore Van Cortlandt Park, I suggest going to the Friends of Van Cortlandt Park website and the Van Cortlandt Park Conservancy's website. But let me also say too, you know, the Parks Department has a Million Trees campaign, and there's all these initiatives to plant trees and beautify New York City and the Bronx. And you know, for some reason this does run counterintuitive to their plans, but I just want to say that Mayor Bloomberg and the Parks Department, you know, under Commissioner Adrian Benepe, we agree with probably 98% of what they've done with their administration in regards to parks. I mean, they've really supported parks. They've supported, and their staff has supported, you know, beautifying parks and getting people involved and accessing parks and keeping funding for parks. But for some reason, they just got it wrong on this one trail. This is just not the right thing to do. And we hope they see that the community feels the same way, and they act based upon what the community is asking for.
Thank you. And we wish you all the luck with getting the Putnam Trail, finding some kind of resolution with the New York City Park Department and the elected officials to figuring out this Putnam Trail.
Great. I hope to see you and others out in the trail.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Stay right here, because there's more on Open right after this.
So here are the keys.
Congratulations, it's officially yours. I'm sure you'll have many happy years here.
Except for you, because you'll be gone 3 years from now, struck down by the same disease that got your father. So you won't be around for them. And sadly, it could have been detected early with a simple test, but you didn't have it. Okay, who wants to check out the backyard?
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Mom, I'm not gonna go to college.
What are you saying? You've got to go to college.
Well, they offered me a job, and...
Son, college is much more important.
No.
Yes.
No, Mom.
Yes.
Anyways, it's my decision.
Okay, well then decide what degree you're going to get, because you will go to college.
Their tomorrow depends on your words today. The Hispanic Scholarship Fund has the information you need to help your kids go to college.
Did you find the flashlight and the batteries?
Yes.
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yep.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes.
The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster.
We can all be energy savers. It's easy. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off electronics and appliances when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Learn more at energy.gov/kids.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Hey, how's it going? Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
I remember how much you said you liked mine. Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
For New York City kids, school is back in session. Good news for most parents. Sad news for students because it means summer vacation is over. But that doesn't have to be the case for the youth because that means plenty of back-to-school events that are put on to have fun and for kids heading back to school and heading back to the classroom. These guys at Thermal Sound Waves Radios are throwing their second annual back-to-school event on Saturday, September 10th, where there will be several activities to keep parents and children entertained and educated. Here to give us more information are hosts Kevin Lawrence and C. Truth. Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Can you tell me why did you guys decide to put on this event and why here in the Bronx?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having us on the show.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you to the whole staff, everybody, Karen, everybody. But we did the event because we realized in the Northeast Bronx, the Wakefield section of the Bronx, the love is lost there, and it needs to be restored. You know, a lot's been going on in the Bronx, and especially with the economy in this world right now, a lot of parents don't really have enough to give their children. So a lot of kids go back to school feeling like, you know, a little bit deprived.
Okay.
So we said, you know what, how about we try what we could do to get back to the community. We don't like to wait. Some people wait till they get in trouble. So they actually, you know, when a judge tells me, you know, do some community work. And if you live in a community, you should just do it regardless. And that's how we felt. You know.
So at this event, what kind of resources will children and parents get at this event? At this event,
What they'll get is, first of all, we're giving away school supplies. So we cut back on expense for some parents. Then a lot of kids, you know, everybody just want to give school supplies. We say, you know, we're going to give away bikes. So we're giving away a whole bunch of bikes and scooters. We want kids to feel like, you know what, if I'm going to school because I might win something, and I'll get some school supplies, but I actually might win some bikes and scooters. So we're going to have egg races. And we're also going to give away free health checkups from the Delaney sisters located on East 233rd Street. They're going to come by, get blood pressure checks and stuff like that, and some other health companies, and a couple other things going on too. We keep that.
I actually like the idea with the scooters and bikes giveaway because, you know, here at Bronxnet we have a Bronx Strong campaign that's going on where we're all about kids and Bronxites staying fit, staying healthy. Yes. And a lot of times, I mean, you don't see too many people riding bikes, riding scooters, but that would be a great resource rather than, you know, taking the bus or mass transportation to school. Yeah. You could ride to your community school, put your bike up, and great exercise. And a lot of kids in the city, you know, most kids don't know how to ride bikes. Are you going to be teaching people?
Well, you know, see Truth, you know, he may do the bike.
I'll give a little demonstration of the bicycle. That's kind of my area of expertise. And, okay. You know, I do a little BMX as well, so we're going to do that kind of fun stuff out there. And in addition to that, we're going to have some trained physical fitness professionals come out and actually show the kids how to do fitness right there on the playground. We have a special team called the Bartenders, and they do special workouts throughout New York City by using actual playgrounds. So you don't have to have a gym membership or anything like that. You can go to your local playground and actually learn different techniques on how to get fit by using the bars and stuff like that. And it's very, very good for your entire body and your workout. Calisthenics is very important when it comes to fitness and workout. A lot of people lose that aspect of it. So we're going to be showing them that. In addition to that, we're going to do some dance competitions as well, and a lot of fun stuff. So it's going to be all-encompassing event that's going to show them some information as well as some fun. So they're not just going to be out there bored. They're going to be interactive with all of these different things going on.
I heard you mention dance competition. So
yeah, no, we're going to have you out there. No, we're going to have you out there. You know.
Of course not. So if someone's interested in joining this dance competition, how do do they have to log on to a website? Can they just show up on the scene and say, hey, I'm ready to dance?
We do it right on the spot.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, of course you go to our website, thermalsoundwaves.com, or just our Gmail, thermalsoundwaves@gmail.com. But everything is on the spot. Like we're also going to have, last year we had the fire department come out. We let the kids try on our firemen equipment.
We're taking, we're looking at footage from last year's event over there, where there were some kids like working out in the playground.
That's Principal Adelman.
Okay.
PS87.
Okay.
I have to send a special thank you to Principal Adelman, the whole PS87 staff, the 47 precinct, District 12, the board.
Okay.
Ms. Johansson of City Parks. They've been very, very helpful with us and give us the opportunity to do it. A lot of people, when they want to do stuff, they don't do exactly what they say they're going to do, and they go the other direction, but they believed in us. And that's why
so we're taking a look at some kids. So you guys gave away bikes of last year too?
Correct, yes.
And that's the fire department, and the kids are trying on the equipment. Will the fire department be there this year?
Yes, it will. Yes,
okay.
It will. Yeah, I'm good in the community. I live in the community, and that was my school, my elementary school, PS87. Okay. And I remember they used to give fireworks shows there in the 80s and stuff like that, you know. So I always told myself, anytime I get the opportunity, I wanted to give back to the neighborhood, and that's why I see truth in myself. That's what we're doing. And of course, there's also going to be Ralph McDaniels, Video Music Box. He's also with us as well. So
it's like
people coming by too.
The Three Musketeers.
Absolutely, yes. And we want to thank Video Music Box, Ralph McDaniels, Double Exposure as well. And we have a couple of surprise guests coming by from some TV shows that everyone does know, but we're not going to say who or
You can't
what.
Tease us. You can't give us a little bit.
We can't do that.
Well,
but
what if we're sitting on the fence?
Because we know you could dance. That's why, you know, I heard a lot. Mr. McShnobby, that's the name? Yeah, we heard a lot. So.
He most certainly did not say that. I wish I could. I wish I could come out there and dance. If anyone's interested in coming out to this location to take advantage of the calisthenics, the back-to-school supplies, or even join the raffle, or maybe even try their hand at dance, where's the school located?
School located at 1935 Bussing Avenue.
Okay.
That's the northeast section of the Bronx. We call it the Wakefield section. And that is 1 block off of Baychester Avenue.
Okay.
And that's actually 3 blocks from Mount Vernon. So we cater to everybody. But they can also contact us on the Gmail, thermalsoundwaves@gmail.com for more information.
Perfect. Thank you guys, and I look forward to possibly attending this event and see what you guys are putting on for the community.
We'd love to have you out.
I like the blazer you got too.
Thank you.
You're sharp.
Thank you. Right after this, the images of 9/11 then and now are at the center of an exhibit. This and more after the break.
Sir, are you okay?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? Call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone. But you're not alone. At iava.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. iava.org. We've got your back.
Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
When it's time for lunch, a sandwich is a quick and easy choice. And with the right ingredients, it can be good and good for you. So I'm here today to see who can build the ultimate sandwich. All right, when the time is up, our judges will give you their scores. Ready, set, go! Okay, Jason starts out with a multi-grain roll. Ooh, Allison stuffing her pita with, yes, spinach, a great source of iron. Jason isn't skipping on the protein, adding plenty of smoked turkey, just like Allison's putting the finishing touches with crispy red bell peppers for a dose of vitamin A. Time! It looks like we have a tie. We'll need to call in our special guest referee.
Now these are what I call quick, delicious lunches. Whole grain breads, a whole variety of ingredients. There are so many different ways to build delicious, healthy sandwiches. These two get high marks in every category. I'd say you're both winners. America.
Let's get healthy together.
Welcome back. We're staying on the 9/11 topic. Later we will have a piece for you that talks about many of the Islamic and Muslims and the issues that they're facing as a community. As the eve of September 11th is upon us, there's an increasing amount of discrimination acts because of their religion. Unfortunately, many are called terrorists, among other names. But since the 10 years have passed, have things gotten any better? Has the judgment they face because of their religion decreased? Or on set today is Sheikh Musa Drama to speak further on this topic and to give us some background on what's been going on.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the set.
Thank you. I'm happy to be in my second home.
Sheikh, can you tell me, how was it 10 years ago as being a Muslim in America following the September 11th attacks?
Well, you know, September 11 until now is a lost decade. Unlike 90s, where all these kids from any college and universities coming up with projects and the internet was booming, even the stock market. You have grandparents who never knew about the stock market became traders and day traders. Everything was hopeful. People were making money, engineers, lawyers, and you name it. Even foundations were having a lot of their investment returns going to the roof. Then comes September 11. I have 3 children, 14-year-olds, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And all they know is about bombing and killing and Al-Qaeda and Taliban. Nothing productive. And what we need to do is really to reflect on where we are as a humanity, as a human being, as educated individuals, to know that we cannot bomb our way into submission. So far, we've spent almost $2 trillion, 6,000 American soldiers' lives lost. We never ever know how many civilians died. And these people are still having the same animosities toward the West. What we need to do now is to do what we never did before, is to really focus on peace and peace gestures. Not just talk about it, but really act on it. Otherwise, we're going to lose another decade, which we can't afford. Right now, if you look at all governments in the West, they're having problems because they can no longer sustain their arm-raising projects. While only 19 unarmed individuals now cause all these problems, so we need to look for a new way out of this situation.
Can you tell me how in the Bronx that you're hoping to build a bridge between, you know, the Western world and the Muslim and Islamic world here in the Bronx? Absolutely.
2 years after 9/11, since we run the only full-time Islamic school in the Bronx, we decided that in order for us to establish a long-term peace relationship between these communities, it has to begin with children. What we did then, we reached out to the Jewish community, and we told them that we have these 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds, and 15-year-olds. Let's start a program where children will get together, learn about each other's culture, become friends, so that nobody will put indoctrinate of hate or violence. 6 years now. A couple of weeks ago, you guys covered our graduation. We had close to 100 Jewish, Muslim, especially Arab kids. We had so many families who would never have shared the same floor, hugging and talking to each other. And I guarantee you one thing. I said 90 or 100% of those kids will never wage war against each other because they know that this world belongs to all of them. And they can never ever be misled to believe that a Muslim should kill the Jews or the Christians, vice versa. This is what we're doing in the Bronx, and this is the only program right now that exists of its kind.
Tolerance. Tolerance here is key. Understanding other communities, other religions, and other cultures in order to make an educated decision on how you should treat one another. Can you tell me, with the eve of 9/11 upon us, can you tell me what is your mosque or other mosques in the city doing to prepare for the remembrance of this tragic event?
You know, the reality is that our school opened on September 11, 2001. The same day. Wow. What we're doing right now is we are celebrating our 10th year anniversary as the only full-time Islamic school here in the Bronx. The children who were the founding students in this school, most of them were under the age of 5, will now be conducting this 10th year anniversary. If you come there, you will be amazed how much they have grown to understand how to promote peace, because all their lives they spend it meeting and having dialogue with the children of other faith. And Saturday, September 10, which is a couple of days from now, we will be celebrating our 10th year anniversary as a school. We are not unmindful of the significance of September 11, but we do not want to rob our children of their productive lives. That's why we are focusing on celebrating our 10th year anniversary instead of continuing to memorialize. The destruction of September 11 is a universal, is an international. Some of the students in our school lost their parents, so we are directly affected. But this is a past tense. Unfortunately, it is painful, it is destructive, but it's a past tense. We need to build a new generation of kids who can change the feelings that these losers have about killing each other. And Saturday, if you come to our center, you will be totally in shock to see how mature these kids are and how peace-minded they are and how much they know about what needs to be done not to repeat 9/11.
So the viewers at home, if they're interested in attending your center, where's the center located at?
We will be more than happy to have an overcrowded situation. Our center is at Westchester Avenue, 2006 Westchester Avenue. We are right across the street from Parkchester Public Library, 1 block away from Parkchester train station, number 6 train. And we're there, the center open 7 days a week. We have all kinds of programs taking place there. Most of these programs, we're just the host or the people having it. whether you're Jewish communities or Catholic communities or Protestant communities or even political meetings. Every time you come to our center, something is happening.
Okay.
So September 11 will be our day to celebrate the 10th year anniversary of the school.
So the anniversary, although the anniversary is on September 11th, which is Sunday, the celebration or the remembrance, the anniversary celebration will take place on the 10th, Saturday the 10th, correct?
Yes, Saturday on the 10th. Because Sunday, most of us have commitments to, various organizations, and we want to take kids to actually experience how other communities are feeling about 9/11. So that's why we're taking advantage of Saturday before Sunday.
Thank you, Sheikh Drama. Right after this, the images of 9/11 then and now are at the center of an exhibit. This and more after the break.
When it's time for lunch, a sandwich is a quick and easy choice. And with the right ingredients, it can be good and good for you. So I'm here today to see who can build the ultimate sandwich. All right, when the time is up, our judges will give you their scores. Ready, set, go! Okay, Jason starts out with a multi-grain roll. Ooh, Allison's stuffing her pita with, yes, spinach, a great source of iron. Jason isn't skipping on the protein, adding plenty of smoked turkey, just like Allison's putting the finishing touches with crispy red bell peppers for a dose of vitamin A. Time! It looks like we have a tie. We'll need to call in our special guest referee.
Now these are what I call quick, delicious lunches. Whole grain breads, a whole variety of ingredients. There are so many different ways to build delicious, healthy sandwiches. These two get high marks in every category. I'd say you're both winners. America.
Let's get healthy together.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in. I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
Did you know that getting up and getting active for just 60 minutes a day is all it takes to help you get stronger, look better, and feel great?
Or that fresh fruits and veggies aren't just healthier and crunchier, they can taste better too?
Eating better and getting more active is easier than you think.
Yeah! Keep watching for some fun and easy ways to discover the magic of healthy living in your life.
America.
Let's get healthy together.
We can all be energy savers. It's easy. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off electronics and appliances when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Learn more at energy.gov/kids.
And welcome back to Open. Daren Jaime here with you, and we're glad to continue our coverage of what is going on during the 9/11 tragedy. I want to tell you, in 9/11, we are encouraging you, first and foremost, to get it with us at Open. All you have to do is send us an email to open@bronxnet.org, and we, of course, will continue to open up your emails right here on the show, let you know exactly what is happening. We also encourage you to check out our Facebook page, and you'll be able to find out more of the information as it centers around 9/11 and how our coverage here at Open and Bronxnet will continue to remember the 9/11 tragedy. You do remember 9/11, a date that New Yorkers and Americans will never forget. And it's incredible to believe that we're vastly approaching the 10-year anniversary of the terrorist attacks of September 11th. The image captured that day showcased the pain, heartbreak, and other emotions many felt on that unforgettable day. To commemorate these images, several photojournalists have come together to showcase the sadness and recovery since 9/11 in a special photojournalism exhibit. On the phone to tell us more is the co-chair of the exhibition, Christopher Corey, and we thank you for joining us now here on Open, Christopher. Christopher, thank you for joining us. Okay, do we have Christopher? have a little technical difficulties, but as we said, 9/11 was a day that will be remembered. As we said, 10 years ago to the day, the terrorist attacks of 9/11, 2 airplanes actually going into the World Trade Center, killing thousands, and yet and still the images are ranging far and near. We know about what happened in New York, also Flight 93 taking place in D.C., or I should say Pennsylvania, and then also the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. Overall, it is the nation's opportunity to remember those who lost their lives and those who gave service to 9/11. As we said, Christopher Corey is our guest on the phone, and Christopher tells us a little bit about this photojournalism exhibit. Christopher, good to have you.
Good to be with you, Daren.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, but let's talk a little bit about this exhibit. It's a group of photojournalists coming together and really recapturing the moments.
And it's not just any group of journalists. It's journalists who belong to the National Press Photographers Association, which is the premier organization of news journalists in all of America. Some of the best ones have work in this show, from all the local papers, El Diario, the Post, the News, the Times, and many of the photo agencies, including Associated Press.
Share with us a little bit about the importance of this, because obviously we know about the video images, but to tell you the truth, to see it from some still pictures as well as video really takes us back to the heart of actually what's going on. What are we seeing in this exhibit?
We're seeing differing views of a lot of images that are very similar, but because so many people have sort of turned the page and are now concentrating on not forgetting, but also looking forward, we have added a big element to this show about the recovery. And we have also put a great deal of emphasis on images that are less familiar of how human beings were affected by the events of those days. We have some gorgeous shots of some people just staring dumbstruck at the destruction that was happening, but we also have pictures of the rescue people, the first responders, the fire people, and the people who are mourning at some of the funerals. And then we transition to the day when the pit was finally cleared, various memorials that were captured taking place in there, and finally almost a ballet of steel ascending into the sky as the Freedom Tower comes under construction.
Thousands of images in which we will be able to see, and tell people where they'll be able to actually see this exhibit.
At the downtown campus of Pace University, which is directly east of City Hall and just south of the Brooklyn Bridge. The address is the side entrance, which is number 3 Spruce Street, and they're coming to the Michael Schimmel Center for the Arts, and you just go downstairs and there's a gallery there. And the show will be open every day from 11 through midnight. There are a couple of days. The website will that. It's www.pace.edu/witness, W-I-T-N-E-S-S. I think we're having technical problems again.
Yeah, we're having a few technical problems. I want you to stay with us, Christopher. We're trying to work this, little technical difficulty out. But let me ask you, out of all of the images that you saw, and all the images that this group of journalists have come together and actually put together, talk about maybe a couple of them that really stand out in your mind, because for everybody it's a difference. I mean, they'll have different perspectives, but from your perspective, what were some of the most memorable images that you were able to capture?
Well, I think everybody would expect me to say that we do have an image of the people who were so desperate they jumped. But the image that I believe you have really touches me. It shows a man who is, in fact, a photographer for the New York Daily News, who was dragged to safety after pieces of the building started to fall on him and severely damaged both of his legs. Friends of his dragged him to safety in a deli. His name is David Hanshu. And one of his fellow photographers took the picture that you may be seeing right now of him lying there with his legs drawn up in pain and his eyes and his mouth open. And after that picture was taken, the man who took it is a man named Todd Mazel, put down his camera and did what a lot of photographers are tempted to do and ran for help. And he played two roles that day. He played the photographer and he played the helper, and they got a stretcher. They took Hanshu to safety, and Hanshu has recovered, and he's one of the star photographers of the Daily News right now, and so is Todd Mazel. The other photograph that stirs me enormously is a picture taken by Jim Woolhead, who is the photographer on the payroll of the Silverstein organization that really owns all the property down there. And Mr. Woolhead took a beautiful picture at twilight, looking out toward New Jersey over the Hudson River, with in the foreground the Freedom Tower beginning to emerge from the ground, and behind it the twin beams of light called the Tribute of Light that have been shown every anniversary and will be shown again this time. It's a beautiful juxtaposition of the pain that was indelibly caused by 9/11 and the will and the resolution and the excitement that have gone into the rebuilding. And we've captured both in this show at Pace.
And so we want to tell our viewers that if you want to have an opportunity to look at this exhibit, once again, it's held at Pace University. We encourage you to come on out and partake in it. Christopher, once again, let's give them the dates and the time so that way people will know exactly where they can go and catch these, these very special images.
The downtown campus of Pace University is just east of City Hall, just south of the Brooklyn Bridge. All the subways and buses go there. The entrance to the exhibition is on the side street, which is Spruce Street, that runs between Park Row and Gold Street. Number 3, you can't miss it. It's the Schimmel Center for the Arts, and you just come in anytime in the 2 weeks between the 8th and the 24th. Every day of the week it's be open from 10 in the morning until 6 at night at the downtown campus of Pace.
And there you see the sign saying Witness to Tragedy and Recovery Photo Exhibition. The opening reception taking place on Thursday, as we said, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. in the multi-purpose room at Pace University. And then you can move over to Schimmel and see all the images that are sure to grip your heart and really recapture the 10-year anniversary of 9/11. Christopher Corey, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us here.
And we'll want to linger there for a while before the talking begins.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling and sharing with us, Christopher. And as we said, the good work of all those photojournalists capturing the things. Thanks a lot.
They are very brave, every single one of them.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. All right, well, we have to move along here on Open, and we encourage you to stay with us. It's coming up right after the break. We'll have more right after we return.
So here are the keys. Congratulations, it's officially yours. I'm sure you'll have many happy years here. Except for you, because you'll be gone 3 years from now, struck down by the same disease that got your father. So you won't be around for them. And sadly, it could have been detected early with a simple test, but you didn't have it. Okay, who wants to check out the backyard?
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this is probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool, really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, signs, call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
I remember how much you said you liked wine. Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
And welcome back to Open. Daren Jaime here with you. New York City's White House Urban Entrepreneurship Summit at Monroe College was aimed at giving urban entrepreneurs a heads up in the global economy. Well, our Bronxnet correspondent, Sylvia Anglin, has the story, and we'll check it out.
Well, first and foremost, we're delighted that the president thought that it was important enough for the Bronx to sponsor a White House initiative for entrepreneurs who are women and minorities.
The Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation hosted New York City's White House Urban Entrepreneurship Summit. The purpose of the summit is to discuss the best practices with urban entrepreneurs and hear their feedback on how the administration and the private sector can best support their growth and success in building the global economy.
The Entrepreneurship Forum is a continual series that we're doing out of our White House Business Council and our White House Office of Public Engagement with two goals. Number one, how do we create and increase access of resources available for entrepreneurs as it relates to loans, as it relates to partnerships, as it relates to coalitions that they otherwise may not be aware of. And then secondly, build a coalition that can be helpful after the event.
Major opportunity to recognize how important the Bronx is to New York. It's always been important, but now we're actually making sure we're here talking to entrepreneurs in their home, you know, as opposed to let's go to Manhattan and talk there. We're asking entrepreneurs, what is it we can do for you and how do we outreach? And to have the White House hand select the Bronx to say, these are where the entrepreneurs have been doing it for years, let's recognize them, is a great thing. And the SBA is really excited to support that.
This initiative is part of the Obama administration's plan to out-innovate, out-educate, and out-build the rest of the world, a plan where America's cities are of vital importance.
Well, I thought it was a great opportunity to share some information that not a lot of people have a chance to hear every day. I think the White House did a great job at assembling a good array of different sources of capital for small businesses.
For the current White House, entrepreneurship plays a central role in creating jobs and economic opportunities, and by attempting to create private-public partnerships to support current and future urban entrepreneurs by growing the economy through urban areas.
There are different forms of capital up here, so many of the businesses here, I'm sure, have debt capital, traditional debt, loans, lines of credit. And probably until you get to the next stages, as you were talking about, you're probably going to deal in that particular space.
We are here today because it's what we call a domestic missing middle of companies that are already performing, already banked, but need the next level of advice and next level of growth capital.
Attendees were encouraged to voice their questions and share their information in a bid to spur growth opportunities in urban areas.
Knowing that one of the goals of the initiative is to put people to work and to create jobs, I feel like I'm doing community service as well as growing my business when I'm putting more people from the Bronx to work.
This day-long conference hosted by Monroe College aimed to assist minority small business owners by bringing together government officials, private and nonprofit funders, and leading entrepreneurs offering advice on small business success. A lot of times people think they can wear various different hats in the business. What is the best advice that you can give to small business owners or people interested in starting a business?
Two things. Be honest to yourself and be honest to others. You know, if you're the ultimate salesperson and you're good dealing with people but you hate paperwork, you know, then by all means get someone who hates to talk to people but loves to push paper.
From the White House Urban Entrepreneurship Summit, this is Sylvia Anglin for Bronxnet.
And Sylvia joins us now, back again on set, and we talk a little bit more. We've had kind of like traded places here for a second, but we'll explain later on. But obviously a great thing to have the White House actually recognize the Bronx and then come to the Bronx.
And evidently from event organizers, they said that it was kind of like a last-minute shuffling to get the event here in the Bronx, but it was nice to have it hosted in the Bronx, and also nice to have Michael Blake, who is a Bronx native himself, speak at the event, along with various different Bronx small businesses that have started based on this initiative.
So what was the mood like, just knowing that the White House was coming to the Bronx for those entrepreneurs who were there?
I would say the mood of the day was very upbeat. Everyone seemed to be happy, interested, there to learn, there to share their experiences. And I saw various different small businesses trading information, and that's what the summit was about, building relationships and also building connections. So
then you had the opportunity to build relationships, build connections, and we also want to thank you too, because I've been on vacation and you've been actually out there filling in for us. How's that been?
It's been fun. Thank you, Daren, for taking vacation during the month of August. I appreciate you. Welcome back to Open. Welcome back to the set. I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, no, it was good. We did a great job, and thank you so much for holding it down for us.
Thank you.
And, of course, you will always catch Sylvia. She'll be out and about as well, and you can catch her on the streets of the Bronx. And do you know where you're going next?
Who knows? You'll see me out there. I'm always out there.
She'll be out there. So look for Sylvia, and she'll be out there covering a story coming near to you. Well, got to wrap things up here, but it's been a pleasure coming into your homes. We want to thank our guests for joining us, but most of all, you, the viewer, want to thank Sylvia once again. And guess what? You can tune in tonight for the recable cast of Open tonight at 10 p.m. on Bronxnet's Channel 67. If you desire a brand new, fresh episode, come back Friday, 10 a.m. with my girl, Rhina Valentin. Until then, we encourage you, keep your heart, your mind, and most of all, this channel wide open. Daren Jaime and Sylvia signing off.